Yo, what's good, homies and homies? It's your boy RC here. Get ready to get into this video called C-SPAN Prank Calls Top 15. The top 15 C-SPAN prank calls. I can barely talk. The top 15 C-SPAN prank calls. Now, I enjoy and I love these prank calls on C-SPAN. They're hilarious. I mean, people don't have anything to do sometimes, so hey, why not just try and make others laugh that are watching or just, try to be a comedian, Let's go ahead and hop to the video. I love these C-SPAN prank calls. I genuinely do.
Hi, good morning. I want to say first of all to the moderator, you're doing a wonderful job. I watch this show often. It's actually the first time I've called in.
You tell his voice. You tell by his voice that he's a troll.
A lot of the attention has understandably been on the Republican primary, but people sometimes fail to realize that there are two primaries going on today. There's also a Democratic one, and I am a Democrat. And I did my research last night, and I saw that President Clinton actually won 84% of the vote in 1996, which may surprise some people. And I watched your program a few days ago on the lesser-known candidates forum. There are actually 14 candidates on the Democratic primary ballot. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what percentage President Obama gets. Now, I'm a big fan of President Obama. I think he's going to do a lot better. And I think in general he will. But, what's a deal breaker for many New Hampshire people, many of my neighbors, they do not like Michelle Obama. I really do. I respect the First Lady. But so many people think she is a bitch with a
I knew it was going to go there. I knew it was going to go there. Wow, this had to have been, if they say voting and like Obama, this had to be 2012. That is funny, but at the same time it's like mad disrespectful, because I'm like, wow, you know what? And he was popping off facts, and he was popping off all these statistics, everything, and that's why I like they call, and they seem so genuine, but then they do something like that. It's just hilarious. Let's get back to the video.
Let's watch our language and keep the conversation productive so we can have a dialogue that gets us all thinking and advances the conversation.
Is waiting in Los Angeles,
She was
California.
completely thrown off by
for
that.
Independence. Lewis, good morning.
Oh, that's a nice ride. Whose ride is that?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Go ahead, Lewis.
I think this, I was talking to my Aunt Lisa about this the other day, She thinks, this goes all the way back to the Greeks. We're talking about universal things here, and nowadays, you just have the Triforce with America, Canada, Russia, all that. But I guess, my main question is just how the lunchboxes work. What the fuck?
What?
Cleo in Dallas, Texas.
How do lunchboxes? You have to be stoned.
Why
to
do we
this.
have to seek help from a paid professional in order to exercise our constitutional rights?
Okay, Sarah, let me go to Robert, who's in Ventura, Iowa. Your turn, Robert. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Somebody
Am I on
went
TV?
in.
You're on.
Oh, great. Well, mine's kind of an unusual case, but my medication costs have actually gone down over the last 5 or so years here, and I just wanted to speak to something unusual. Like I'm watching, tuning in this morning, and just seeing what's going on this morning, watching you this morning. And I'll give you the first example. If you're watching this morning, I no longer need Viagra because you got me
All
rocked.
right, we're going to move on to Brenda. In
Wow, that's messed
Let's
up.
go to another
That's messed up.
call. Dan
It's
joined
always
the Republican
them getting the
line.
most
Good morning,
slack
Dan. Where are you
people.
calling
It's
from?
them
Hi, good morning. I'm calling
getting
from
trolled
Portsmouth.
from
Great,
people.
welcome.
For people. Like people
Good
just
morning.
trolling
I
them
used
the
to be
most.
an assistant to the Portsmouth city manager, and part of my job would be to help prepare for the primary, so I know a little bit of what Chairman McDonald's going through, a very little bit. I know you have a big job today, sir. And my question is regards to how turnout will affect the eventual result, and that is for Mr. Chairman. Do you believe that Mitt Romney has a big penis?
I thought he was going to say I was
apologize,
stern.
Chairman McDonald, for that comment. We're trying to keep the conversation
Because they
productive
always
here
do the
this
Mitt
morning.
Romney has a big so-and-so and the Howard Stern one. Oh, this is legendary. This one's legendary.
Every Friday night, he would go and rent pornos for the weekend for almost 2 years. The subject of every one of them was
Black males, long gone
silver.
silver.
He rented that 3
Exactly,
times
but this
before
is
he
a
found that
classic
porn.
one, bro.
He never rented a video about woman to woman.
What's wrong with these people?
Pete is of next Bay Village, Ohio, and independent there. Pete, what did you think of how the Democrats are portraying themselves and their candidate?
Oh, the chicken nuggets.
Oh, well, I was listening to Bill Clinton tell his story tonight, and my mom came into my room to bring me a plate of chicken nuggets, and I literally screamed at her and hit the plate of chicken nuggets out of her hand. And she started yelling.
Pete,
I love that chicken nugget story. I want to hear it again. Listen to this.
Tell his story tonight, and my mom came into my room to bring me a plate of chicken nuggets, and I literally screamed at her and hit the plate of chicken nuggets out of her hand. And she started yelling.
Who did that one?
We're going to move on. Thanks. We're going to move on to Jared in North Charleston, South.
On at least for second, if not a close first. Let's go to Clarence, Democratic line.
See what I mean? She gets the most from the trolls. She gets the most, like, from the trolls that call in. They always call in talking about somebody with her. Like, let's go back to the video. Let's get back into it. But they always get her.
And in Jacksonville, Florida, and hear what he has to say. Hi, Clarence.
Hi, good morning.
This one's classic. This one's classic. I know which one this is.
Primary. I think it's very interesting to see how different this race is from previous races when you look at the amount of personality that you see in the Republican field. Herman Cain with his 999 plan.
The Michelle Obama.
Rick Perry with his oops. Michelle Bachmann with her very hairy vagina.
Oh, excuse me. That was totally inappropriate.
It is totally inappropriate.
Okay, Mary, you're up.
Oh, this was Mary.
Hi.
This is Mary. I have a big cock. I like to play with.
Oh. I don't know how Mary got through our Tanya.
That's a classic one. That's a classic
this
one.
morning for Jug Greg. Go ahead.
And speaking of people I always get pranked on, like when they get prank calls, this is one of the guys right here. He always get pranked, man.
Well, hello, Governor Greg. First, I'd like to say that you were my governor and congressman and senator for some time, and we were pulling for you to run for president yourself. But your support of Mitt Romney means that I'm supporting Mitt Romney as well. And, of course, Mitt Romney has very high expectations for the campaign and for his victory in the New Hampshire primary. I was wondering, what size lead do you think he needs to avoid his disappointment? And also, how big is Mitt Romney's penis?
Why does he look like he's thinking about that, though?
Apologies. Charlotte, North Carolina, Marcus.
2002. We'll start in our line for Democrats. Glenn called in from Salt Lake City, Utah. Glenn, good morning.
If this was a try not to laugh, I would fail so much.
My question is, since we're
this one I don't like.
Where are we getting the money from?
Because you have to be sick to do
my
this.
Second question is, if I can shit in your mouth.
Apologize
so, I mean,
for that,
you have to be sick to even say something like that.
Don't take that kind of language here on the
sick.
Washington Journal.
Around negotiations, how much
there are some jokes that are funny, but other ones like that aren't.
Los Angeles, California, Republican line. Here is Jack. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jack Strickland. I just want to make it clear, first of all, I'm calling from Bel Air, California, but I am originally from Philadelphia, specifically West Philadelphia.
First Prince of Bel Air.
But anyway, I was actually discussing this issue with a friend of mine recently while I was in Philly. It occurred on the basketball court. At some point during the conversation, a couple of guys who were up to no good essentially started causing trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air."
I didn't know that was the first 45 minutes. Around negotiations, how much influence should Congress have in this?
Hello. Yeah, before I have my comment, I've been enjoying the discussion very much. I've been listening to C-SPAN for several years, and probably the last few days have had the highest amount of obscene callers. So I'd like to ask a procedural question. What is C-SPAN doing to crack down on these calls?
Well, whenever we hear something, first of all, we try to admonish. We try to cut them off as best we
because they have
can.
no
We're not on
delay.
any kind of delay.
They have no delay, so they expect
we
best
just have to do the best we can and hope that we're getting the best from our callers. That's pretty much what I can say.
Yeah, it's just a shame that the
and this guy,
gone down. But about
this guy right here who called started off being as genuine as he could. Then he just went full blast.
The Romney situation, I actually think the attacks are the best thing that could happen for Romney. The best type of attacks that could happen whatsoever for Romney because they highlight his business experience. You go to the exit polls in New Hampshire, you see what they're voting for him for. They're voting for him because they care about the economy.
Such and such too.
Because they care about winning the election.
You'll see what I mean.
And they're voting for him because of his huge penis.
All right, let's,
they always do that.
Messing
do
with
people
us this
know
morning.
something we don't about Mitt Romney? Like, what's going on, y'all?
Set himself up nicely there, but let's
he set himself up nicely there. You mean
move on. We don't need that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Oh, now this one's legendary. This one's legendary.
He is actually dating an African-American young lady, and we appreciate the history of it and what
disrespectful as hell, but legendary.
Pretty much the hottest and sweetest pussy he's ever.
Nah.
Apologies.
Not funny.
Coit, Michigan. Jim on our Republican line, please go ahead with your question or comment.
Yeah, thank you, C-SPAN. And Peter, you mentioned something about sharing the burden. And I just want to say, I go home every night.
Speaking of people that get pranked on a lot, that get these prank calls, people that get these prank calls, he's definitely one of them. I've seen some compilations, not this one, but I've seen some, and he always get the prank calls.
News, see these congressmen and women getting out of their limousines with their law degrees. But, for me, on Main Street, I'm still getting a $9 haircut.
Oh, is this cool ranch
I drive
guy?
a pretty nice van, and for that, unfortunate. But what I hate is that I'm becoming the one with the draconian policies.
Cool
I'm becoming the vilified. I manage
I've seen this clip multiple
times. And these punk kids come in and, they expect a free bag of chips, as our deal used to be. But, times have changed, and I got to say, you want those Doritos? Well, cool fucking ranch kid.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Wonderful. That clip is legendary. I had to think for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Is this the clip I think it is? And that's a great way to end this video right here. That is hilarious. He was like, well, you want Doritos? Well, cool fucking ranch kid. Like, bro, I'm like, whoever did that deserves recognition, because that is hilarious. That was hilarious. A lot of these C-SPAN prank calls are hilarious. I genuinely enjoy them. Who doesn't enjoy a good C-SPAN prank, But hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, because I know I did. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, follow, share, do what you gotta do. Until next time, much love, stay cool, y'all. Peace.